That's cool. See the world thing.
That is really cool. So today we're going to read David Beckham, Soccer Superstar. Can you make a prediction off the front cover?
That he likes to play soccer.
Okay, write that down.
He's not Israelites.
Yep. Okay, so then we're gonna do a picture walk, and you've done a picture walk before, right? So let's do that. So this may be where he's from, right? And maybe a picture from
And when he was young.
Yeah.
And now he's getting older.
Yeah.
And more older.
And more older.
He won.
You think he won something in that picture?
Yeah.
It's probably him playing during a game. Yep.
And that's him.
Yep. So, from after doing your picture walk, did your prediction change at all?
No.
No? Okay. So we're gonna do a
WL.
KWL. So what do you know before reading the book?
That he's a famous soccer player.
Yep.
That is what?
OUS. All right. So what was his name?
David Beckham. Soccer superstar.
Yep.
They call him Bex. Some people call him the greatest soccer player in the world. Some may not agree, but he is surely the most well-known soccer player in the world. His name is David Beckham. Many of his fans are not that
Formal.
They call him by his nickname Bex. Young David. David was born on May 2000,
May 2nd.
May 2nd, 1975 in
Leytonstone.
Leytonstone, England. From the time he was little, David loved sports and was a very talented athlete. You could say he was a natural like many children in England. His favorite sport was soccer. David dreamed of someday being a professional soccer player. He practiced hard with his father. Everyone could see that young David was very, very good with great promise.
Yep.
Many people were sure that when David got older, his name would be
mentioned
along with the other top soccer players in the world. David Beckham was born in Leicester, England.
Mm-hmm.
David was a very talented player even as a young boy. And David wasn't just incredible talented. He worked at improving his skills. He was a very hard worker and, most important, a
Fierce
competitor. When he was just 11, David beat the best young players in England in national soccer contests. It was a sign of these two things. It was a sign of things to come. A very bad year. In 1998, David's career took a bad turn. David was playing on the England national soccer team. The national team is a special team that plays teams from around the world. For David, it was a great honor to be chosen to play for England. On this day, England was playing in an important game against
Argentina.
It's
a country.
At one point in the game, David lost his cool. He kicked an Argentina player in the leg and was thrown out of the game without their star player. England lost the match. Soccer fans all over England blamed David for the loss. David playing for England. Backspanned it. 2 years later, in 2000, David was named the captain of the English team. The old backs was back and leading England with monster kicks. David was famous for his kicking ability. He could kick with power. He could also bend the ball when he kicked it. That meant that when he kicked the ball, it curved or bent in the air. This made it very hard for goalies on other teams to stop the ball when David kicked it, and it made Becks a living legend in soccer. Real Madrid. David was so good now that other teams in the world wanted him to play for them. Rumors started that Becks was leaving Manchester.
Mm-hmm.
Manchester fans refused to believe it, but the rumors were true. In June 2003, David joined a team in Spain called Real Madrid.
Mm-hmm.
Real.
So that's telling you how to say that. So it's saying it should be said Real Madrid.
Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Other famous soccer players from around the world had also joined that team. When David got there, he had to change the number on his shirt at Manchester. David had worn the number 7 on his shirt, but another player had the number on the Madrid team, so David picked 23 because Michael Jordan, star of basketball court in the United States, also wore that number. David holds up his new Real Madrid jersey in 2003.
So that's the new jersey that he got for the new team he was playing on.
Bex goes to America. By 2007, David was the most famous soccer player in the world. Some said he was the most famous athlete in the world. A new soccer
League.
A new soccer league was grown in the United States, but many Americans still weren't that interested in soccer. The new league needed a huge star to make the game more popular in the U.S. They went looking for David Beckham. David joined the league team in Los Angeles, California, called the
LA Galaxy.
LA Galaxy. Newspapers all over the world reported the news. Beckham was coming to America. The LA Galaxy hope David can help them win their league's championship. On July 21st, 2007, David plays his first game with the Galaxy. The entire stadium was packed with people rooting for David. More people watched this game on television than any other game played in the new league before that time.
Yep.
Bex was making people in the United States notice soccer, just like bending a soccer kick. Bex was bending people's minds about a new home for the most popular sport in the world and its biggest superstar, David Beckham superstar.
Okay. So, what did you want to know about David Beckham?
What team he was on?
Yeah.
Oops.
And what did you learn about David Beckham? Just name some stuff that you learned. So, that he what?
That he came to the
That he came to America. Yep. ERICA. And what was his nickname?
Beck.
Bex? Yeah.